Oh, definitely. If there's anyone that can come back from this, is JF. And Othello is a map for his style. As you said earlier, he's really good with shuttle harasses, and there was a lot of clips here. So I think we can expect to see a lot of Templar drops if the game, gets that far. So I think JF, we're going to see a safer opening this game. He's going to want to let his mechanics kick in as well as his harass.
Yeah, and we saw in the Draco game just how effective those Templar drops could be. Draco really shutting down Straylock at the end of the game with those drops. So we'll have to see if JF can take advantage here. Alright, game 2, Othello, JF versus ClouD. Let's go.
It's showtime. Don't hold me now. I can stand my own ground. I need your help now. You won't let me down, down, down. Don't hold me now. I can stand my own ground. I don't need your help now. You won't let me down, 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 down.
Okay, and we're off with ClouD, the teal Protoss, again getting teal. He's up at 1 o'clock, and just to the west of him is JF. He's the red Protoss over at 11 o'clock. So both players at the top of the map. The map is Othello. ClouD is leading 1-0, and he's looking to join Draco in the quarterfinals of the Razer TSL. Just as the players get started here, I just want to give a quick shout out to a few people. Our art team, which includes Sigrun and Dark Archive and Patchy and Daigomi. These guys have created all the artwork that you're watching today. If you like it, give them a shout out on the forums. Alright, so both players getting ready to go, dropping their first pylon. JF not scouting, and ClouD also not scouting. So we'll spend a couple minutes watching these little probes get busy, and then we'll get to the action.
Yeah, and they're probably going to open up with some sort of quick tech. This does have a ramp. It's a pretty long map, so I can't really imagine seeing anyone open up with Zealots unless they're trying some sort of wild cheese. And so it should take a little bit for it to get going. But what'll be really interesting is, who goes Reaver first, because this is a really nice map. I think you need the shuttle for the harassing up on the cliff over the natural. And look at behind ClouD's main over here. There's a lot of room there for a Reaver drop.
Now ClouD knows that JF plays a harassment style with tons of shuttles, tons of Reavers, tons of Templar. Do you think he's gonna open safer and look to just play defense, or do you think he'll kind of cheese himself, knowing that JF might be a bit of a better player?
Well, I think that when he finds the positions that he's in, he's going to have to be a little more careful. You see, the back of ClouD's base is facing JF, so JF has a relatively safe flight plan over to ClouD's main. He can drop behind the minerals without much problem, and he doesn't have to fly over an army to do it. So he's going to have to watch his army positioning very well, and perhaps this is going to enter his mind when he's playing that, oh, my back end is exposed, whereas JF, in order to do the same, ClouD would have to fly a much different route.
Yeah, that's right, and his minerals are up against the wall, so really, while Reaver Harass, of course, is still good, it's good against anything, obviously, but just not as good against JF because of the position. So, I mean, maybe a little bit of a positional imbalance here in favor of JF, but, ClouD, I don't think he's really going to care about that. He's got to be feeling really good right now. He just took out JF, who many people see as the favorite, so ClouD is ready. ClouD is an excellent player, and, I mean, he cannot be discounted here.
Wow, that Zealot micro on that ramp was insane by ClouD. A single Zealot does not block that ramp. He had to move that back and forth and manually target that probe to stop it from getting in there. And he did exactly that. 3 hits, took out the probe, and denies JF scouting, whereas his probe is in. He sees exactly that JF is going 1 gate range. So a bit of an advantage here to ClouD, and he really earned it with that micro early on.
Yeah, you see how difficult that was. His probe wasn't even touched as he made his way up the ramp, so ClouD doing an excellent job being very aware. So he does get a little look inside. He saw all the pylons for JF as well, so he knows there isn't anything hidden around the map. He doesn't... ClouD has not started range yet, whereas JF has, so a little bit similar to the last game. Both players with a single gateway. JF does not have a robotics. However, ClouD is halfway done his own. So ClouD himself may be going for that early Reaver harass. Either that, or he's worried about JF turning the tables and going fast Templars on him, so he's going to get an observer to make sure that he's safe from that. When you're up 1-0, you can afford to play a little bit safer, I think.
Oh, definitely. When you're up 1-0, you know, you can either play safer or, you know, do something really risky. It's really up to you. You get to control the flow of the game if you want, because, you know, you're not worried about elimination. And I gotta say, I like ClouD's opening here, going for the very fast robo. You know, he's got a normal ramp. It's not one of those backwards ramps that's so hard to micro on because of the weird, you know, the weird levels of it. So he's got a nice ramp, easy to hold. He doesn't need that quick range. And here we see he's getting a shuttle as well as an observatory. So, you know, I think we're gonna see a really quick Reaver drop here. And I tell you, I just really like what ClouD's playing here.
Yeah, it's just it's a function of that early scout. I think he knows pretty much exactly what JF is doing. Knows he's opening a little safer. Knows he's going one gate. The possibility of a quick attack from two gateways is not really there. So ClouD really capitalizing on his early scouting advantage. Second gateway now, still no Reaver support bay, robotic support bay, unless I'm blind here. So kind of strange. I'd expect to see that at this point. Maybe the shuttle is just to defend his ramp. I'm unsure.
Well, it could be a bit of both worlds. I'm surprised he hasn't made it as well. I thought he would go for kind of what JF is doing, an observer plus Reaver, so you're safe from Templars, but at the same time you can go offensive with the Reavers. You see JF has gotten both observatory and the robotic support bay. He built an observer. Now at the same time he can start building up his Reavers and go on the offensive a little bit here. See nice positioning from the pylons from all the players, spreading out their buildings so they don't get clumped together, and also providing maximum sight range around their base so they can spot incoming shuttles.
You know, you can tell that ClouD has really practiced for this match, because for a minute there I was also thinking, where is his robotic support? But you know, he did put up what looked like late, but it finished at exactly the second time as the same time as the second observer. So I mean, this is a mapped out build order. It is tight. This is Korean style build that we're watching here. Beautiful play here by ClouD. And you know, look at this. JF taking the first expand, and ClouD right behind him. Both of them going Reaver. Very similar builds. Looks like it's going to be a very exciting game into the mid.
Yeah, Jeff's build is a little strange. Reaver before shuttle, and getting a second Reaver now. Looking to rely purely on defense to get his expansion up. Actually adding a shield battery as well. So I think this really opens up some harassment opportunities from ClouD. He's waiting to get a second Reaver, which I think is what he should do. He's loading up now. Maybe he will be looking to do a push actually. But I think it's really in his hands, given that JF has all his defenses placed at his natural. And his Reaver's just sitting right there.
Nice little observer snipe by ClouD there. Again, JF not really getting a good look inside ClouD's base at all this game. All his probes scouts have been killed. His first observer over there is being killed. And now ClouD is free to send out another observer over towards JF to get a good look at what's going on there.
Now ClouD, he has his macro starting up quicker than JF, despite getting the later expo. JF's still sitting on one gateway, just pumping out a couple Reavers for defense, has that shield battery, he's playing really safely. And ClouD, I mean, he has his third and fourth gates coming in right now. His base is mine, he's got the two Reavers. You know, I gotta tell you, ClouD is just really, really impressing me in this series. He is up 4 supply right now, and if he can keep his mechanics going, he's just gonna get higher and higher and higher in relation.
Yeah, ClouD just looks tight as hell. He has a shuttle out. Jeff was forced to build the shield battery because he hasn't got a good look at ClouD's base and his build yet. ClouD is ahead in almost every regard, and I think if he presses us on, as you say, out of these gateways, really tight, when he does look to move out with the shuttle and the Reavers, if he can control it properly, he is going to take this game.
You see now JF scouting about with a few probes around the map, trying to get a good look to see if there's any extra expansions there from ClouD. ClouD has spread his Dragoons out around any, somewhat common flight lanes for shuttles, hoping to pick off a shuttle and get lucky. Both players doing a better job of keeping observers outside their base now. However, ClouD's had a much better look inside JF than vice versa. JF now getting really his first substantial look inside the ClouD main base. Both players willing to max up, 91 for ClouD, 90 for JF. Both players really tight with their money. A fourth gateway going now for JF. That'll match what ClouD has. ClouD's had his fourth gateway a little bit longer, and I think that's going to pay dividends down the road. JF, however, doing a much better job scouting the map, looking for expansion, keeping tabs on where the armies are. ClouD doesn't really have a good idea of what is going on. His lone observer over by JF's base is tucked way up at the top of the map and not doing much. He needs to bring that down and keep tabs on the Protoss army.
Now you see ClouD right now, he has 2 shuttles, 3 Reavers, 4th Reaver about to pop out. He is really going Reaver heavy here, and if he can micro correctly, it will totally pay off. Right now their supplies have caught up right around the same supply, and JF moving across the map. Looks like he's getting into position either for a contain or an attack, but he does not want to go too far because he is out of position with his units in a line. ClouD, does he know he's there? I don't think he knows yet. And a Reaver drop in the main. Oh, ClouD runs away his probes pretty quickly there. But JF right now going to attack into ClouD's army. Lots of Dragoons all over the place. Reavers being dropped. A lot of Reaver micro going on right here. They've got to target each other's Reavers. And JF targeting ClouD's Reavers. One goes down. A lot of Dragoons all over the place. JF looks to be winning the battle start. ClouD brings in extra Reavers. Oh my god, very good micro by JF. This is amazing play. He pushes ClouD's army back. Very little left here. Couple Reavers, 1 Reaver left. Oh, this is very hard game.
JF really taking it to him. A nice little hit on the main economy. Oh, ClouD loses his last shuttle. He lost all 4 Reavers. He's only got 5 Dragoons left. And JF, after losing his army, drops his 2 Reavers inside the Protoss main and takes out most of ClouD's probes. ClouD is not mining from his main right now, and there's very little he can do about this. He's got to bring the rest of his Dragoons up to defend. But it seems like he's got nothing left. His last Dragoons were hanging out outside of his main base, trying to pick off any reinforcements, basically allowing ClouD, oh god, all those probes, all those probes! Great micro by JF, his shuttle's still living. His 2 Reavers are red, they're so low in health, but that shuttle is just extending their life so much.
Yeah, JF is like showing off right now with these Reavers. This is getting pretty ridiculous. And if we look at the supplies real quick, JF 95 supply, ClouD 43. ClouD has about 7 probes and about 2 Dragoons. It is looking very grim. What we are watching right here is ClouD's death throws. He is just going to go and attack right now. I think he has to know that he is way behind. He has not hurt JF's economy, and his economy has been just totally trash. JF totally good Reaver harass in the main again. JF does not lose Reavers. JF does not lose shuttles. That is just the way it goes. JF showing a lot of strength this game.
This is just bringing tears to my eyes watching these 2 Reavers are basically putting on a clinic. I mean, I can't see how many kills they are. One Reaver has 19 kills. ClouD, for some reason, has positioned his army at the JF natural. He's got to know that's not going to work. And these Reavers actually take out the Cybernetics core. ClouD is on his last legs here. Pretty much nothing he can do at this point. He's looking to move in, but unfortunately JF has a Reaver, and that Reaver is going to pay dividends here as those Scarabs are going off, and ClouD forced to leave the game.
Wow, that was an absolute dissection. Both players were even, basically, through the entire game until the one attack. And after that one attack, that was it. JF flew the Reavers in, took out a few probes out of the main. ClouD tried to counter the rest of the army that was out there. JF flew the Reavers back, and despite the fact ClouD had 4 Reavers, he was unable to target JF's Reavers. And once that was the case, JF just rolled over the rest of the Dragoons that ClouD had. So, really, ClouD won the first game. due to his smart build, and JF definitely won the second game due to his mechanics.
Yeah, JF was pretty much flawless right there. That was just excellent play. Harassing the back of ClouD's mineral line, that really came into play, the positional imbalance. I mean, if his minerals were on the other side of the map, I do not think that's the way the game would have turned out.